Hey guys, welcome back. This is Nightwolf53 back here again with another What If. This is What If Deku was an SCP Part 3. Sorry I didn't upload. My stupidity got the best of me in VR. So I was always in Spain without the P, without the S. About to say same. But yes, I guess I'll keep on trying. So yes, Happy New Year's to everyone. That's just my dog, don't worry about her. So yes, this is part 3 of What If Deku was an SCP. Catalog 1469. It seems that the transfer of 1471 and 682 were successful in the transport. Due to cooperations with 4496, he was able to calm them down and get them transported to their new containment cells a lot easier. But in the recent days, we have been testing with 4496. It seems the tests that he has been shown are some like the other SCPs that we have in containment, almost like a mixture of them. We do not know whether or not that he is, well, like them, or even connected to them, but it seems like he has the ability of them. This is Dr. Bright excluding out. As the catalog has now been documented for that week's recordings, we then move over to Site 18. Or, well, we move inside of Site 18, going to cell block B5 -8. It is a random block, don't ask. Where we meet SCP-4496, codename Izuku. As he is in here, he is experiencing some phenomenons. For one, he has been able to communicate with both SCP-1471 and 682 in a very friendly manner, per se. During some tests to 4496, 682 would get more aggressive to what they did to him. So, in the manner of speaking, 4469 has asked him to please calm down during experiments. I do not know what this phenomenon is between these three, but it seems like a close bond. Further research is endeared on 4496's blood. Extraction sample is needed for further research. This is catalog 4895. Miss Revnov. Don't ask. As we finally move to Izuku. So, malware. Am I correct? Yes, meta. Yes, Izuku. So you're able to, like, be inside of electronics? In a matter of speaking, yes, I am. At first, I am there as a image of your own imagination, it seems, almost. You give me the name that I'm given from you. And really, I am just there watching over you. The more time you spend with me, the closer I get. I start to appear in the mind itself. But for you, it was different. Due to longer exposure than most subjects that experience the app than, well, anyone else, I was able to step into this reality instead of looking in the mirror with you. I can still do the same old, but into reality is a whole different thing. I can feel, I can taste, I can touch. I can see you, my dear. Interesting. And 682, or do you go by another name? Yes. Call me. Yes, a good one. Call me. What would be good? Oh, Reina. Reina is a good name. Alright, Reina. So, what are your powers inclined to? Well, the simplest one is, well, almost immortality. I cannot be killed. Another one is super adaptation. I cannot be killed, but I can adapt to the surroundings that I need. Being either tougher scales, more eyes, more anything I really need to adapt to help me survive. Is there anything else? Immense strength. That is all. Okay, well, mine is, well, I don't really know what mine is. It kind of just happens for me. As over the intercoms, a voice comes. 4496. You are needed for research purposes. Okay, what will that be? We are going to extract some blood from you and see what powers you think you might hold. Okay. As the doctor comes in with a needle and sits Izuku down. As the girls try to come up right behind the doctor and tear him a new one, Izuku lets him down, giving his hand out and telling him to stop and stay right there so she may do her, well, thing, her job. As she extracts the blood, the girls get more furious at him for hurting him because he flinched a little bit. And the doctor goes ahead, stands up, thanks Izuku, and heads out. Thank you for your cooperation, 449. Or 4496, my bad. No problem, Miss Bright. Very well. We shall be back soon for more extensive testing. Alright, miss. Let us skip to the incident. The year is I want to say 1985. Because that's the time we're in right now. So I'm using that for Izuku's thing. It is 1985 for them where it started. I did not give them a year whatsoever. The only thing I am giving them is that they are old as anything. And the incident is going to be catastrophic for the facility. As on September let's say the 11th. No, because that's where that happens, and I don't want that to be screwed up. So, alright, my bad. But yes, the date would be September, I guess, 23rd. No, 20th. September 20th. A harsh blizzard comes in over the facility. As the researchers and other council members, being only one, do not seem fazed by this blizzard. Soon it worsens, and as the months go by, it stays. Oil and gas and other resources start to freeze over, as they think it's one of the anomalies and try to clear it by every anomaly they have, but none of them are controlling the storm itself. As it gets colder and colder and they keep on trying to warm up the place, soon it just gets to too much for them. The harshest part is that it hits the hardest on October the 13th, as the entire facility freezes over. Everything and everyone encapsulated into ice. Everyone's standing where they once were. Everyone's stopping what they were doing. Not a single soul is moved. The facility is covered in ice. The signal lost. As then everyone is dead inside. The heart stops from the freeze itself. Only things with immunity or immortality are still alive, but yet frozen in time, not knowing what is going on. The only thing they do know is almost like they're in a deep sleep, that they know that they are sleeping now. They cannot feel the mind and cannot look out to where they are. The blizzard stays there for multiple years. From 1985 to 2000, no, not 2000, 24,022. Literally almost 400 years. No, yeah, it's over 400. Literally almost 400 years into the future. So give me a sec. Actually, I want to know like how many years in the future. So yes, 437 years into the future. Quirks have evolved to the point that we are now in the canon. And the SCP fashion has, well, died out. The anomalies after the quirks were, well, basically came, the SCP anomalies were, their powers were gone. Those that are living kind of just, even non-living ones lost their powers. But Site 18, where Izuku and the other two are still alive. They still have their powers, due to them being frozen forever. The other sites still lived on and still functioned, but yet this site didn't. The site was mutually forgotten and a lost cause, because the only things they had dangerous there would be frozen, so they thought to keep it frozen until June 18th. The blizzard finally dissipated, giving up its massive rampage as the summer heat scourged onto this massive building. As the snow melted away, it gave in into August, to where all the snow was gone and the facility started to heat up again. The power, the water, and everything else was already cut a long time ago. So there wasn't nothing there, only saved up energy, which was never used. As everything started to go back-ish, the SCPs in there were already dead. Every co-worker in there was dead. Every staff and D member was dead. The only three left were Izuku, Malware, and Reina. As we go to their awakening, multiple cracks formed on the three ices as a roar rails out across the facility as Reina awakens from her slumber. Where am I? What happened? The cold. Izuku? As she runs over to the popsicle of Izuku as she breaks a bit of it off and Izuku breaks free. Reina, what happened? What happened to everyone? Last thing I know is them finding out about my results, but that's the only thing I heard. They found out and then everything started to go dark after the cold came in. So, what happened? I don't know, but let's get Malware out. As they go and free her, and they try to knock on the door. Hello? No answer. The lights are cut. Reina, can you break down a door? Sure. As she punches through the door and literally destroys the wall. Huh. The entire place is out of power. Let's go. As they go through the halls, they go into an office and grab a flashlight. As they're moving throughout the halls, they're seeing corpses of, well, all the workers. And every time they go into a containment, well, it's either normal as in just a statue or a normal room or a dead SCP. What happened? It seems like these creatures died. Like their power's gone or something. But how? It doesn't matter. We need to get out of here. Alright. As they walk through the very confused maze-like facility, they get out and, well, start heading through the woods. So, where do we go now? I don't know. With the facility still up, we could use it as our base. Yeah, but all the corpses in there are... Well, it is going to be difficult to clean up, but it seems normal enough. If we can get it somehow to run, that'd be good, but we should find a home first before we deal with something that big. You're right. Alright. Let's go. As they go into they go out of forest and are in Hosu. Huh. This is different. As they see that people have quirks, but they don't know that. They think of them as SCPs. What is up with all these people with powers? I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and look around and see where we are. As they are walking around Hosu, they're being, stared at by multiple different people. And with this staring, it gets the two girls jealous because of, well, one of Azuku's effects. He has the power of 166, which is a girl that has aphrodisiac, which is passive and men that come near her try to, what with her. And due to it being passive, a lot of girls are staring. But they won't come near him due to the other girls being there. And let me see, Reina stands at about, I would say about 10 foot. 10 foot 5 inches. And Malware stands at about bigger height, so about Azuka, and this is 6'9". Shristi stands about 8'3". 8 foot 3 inches. Smaller than Reina, but bigger than Azuka. Yes, I am making that big for a reason, because, well, they needed to be like... Well, I was going to say I was showing you a picture, but I think I saw something in there that isn't allowed on YouTube. So yes, as they are walking on the street, a police officer comes around. Madam, you cannot be using your quirk out in public. As she bends down to look at the person. What quirk? What is this quirk you speak of? Quirk, you're not allowed to use your quirk in public, miss. Don't act stupid with me. I'm being very degenerate with you. What is this quirk you speak of? Why don't you come down to the office and we'll have a little chat? How about we don't, and you leave us alone? Are you threatening me, madam? I am sure not. I am strictly just telling you. As the cop pulls a gun on her and asks her to please, or to get in the car so they will go down to the station, which then she rejects again. So the car stupidly opens fire. That does not end well. As he fires his little pistol, the bullets bounce off of her. As he sees that bullets don't work, so he pulls out his taser and tries to tase him. Electricity doesn't work. And overpowering her is already out of the question. So he decides to go ahead and do the next best thing, call a hero. Which Izuku does come to the police officer. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a good reason that why you shot and tried to tase my friend? Or my girlfriend? Well, yes. She's not allowed to use her quirk in public. What do you mean by quirk, sir? Quirk. Power? You mean anomaly? No. There are no anomalies. These are our powers. Quirks? I still not get it. Quirks, they just came up in like the last 100 years. So when did these quirks start appearing? Back in about 2345. Why? Wait, 2345? Yes. So what's this year? It is 24/2020. Or no, 22. 24/22. Oh my god. Sir, are you okay? No. Tell me. Alright, well, this is gonna be hard to explain. We're not... Well, we've been frozen. And the last date I remember was September 20th, 1985. As the police officer steps back for a minute. Wait, 1985? But that's over 400 years ago. Yes, and I know. I did not think we would be in this time at all. So, you're not from... No. Heck, not even from the last decade. We are multiple centuries back. Well, still, I will need to take y'all down for questioning. Okay. Let's say a hero arrived named the Eraserhead. Because you got a call. Must be a problem, officer. There's no problem now. I got the gist what's down, and we'll be going back to the station and talking with him. Okay. So, I'll just go ahead and erase their quirks for right now. As Eraserhead uses his eraser quirk as nothing happens. Is it a mutation quirk? As the police officer tries to tell Eraserhead, it's not a mutation quirk. Hell, it's not even a quirk. What do you mean by this? Well, if his story holds up, then they aren't from here. I mean, they're not. They are way older than us, Eraserhead. How old are we talking? Over 400 years old. As Eraserhead stops. Alright, we will see if this is true or not. After they take him down to the police station, they do him samples, which they only got Izuku's and Malware's. Reina's they couldn't get a needle into her due to how thick her skin was. As they are testing the blood, they cannot find Malware anywhere. But they do find Izuku. His date of birth is 19... So if he's 16... I was thinking, remember that. No, he's 18, so... years. Which would be... He was born in 1967. On July the 30th. Why not? Why not? As they are guessed by how old he is. So, I'm guessing these two are just as old. As Izuku looks at him and says, "No. I'm actually the youngest one out of us three. These two were here before I was." As they start raising their hands behind Izuku without him knowing. And even if they're just even older than me, they look like not a day over 20 or a day over 19. That's a good one. As their hands slowly raise down, putting their arms down, as the cops Alright, well, as the cops starts to sweat profusely and as he calms down. So, due to your birth certificate being outdated, you're going to have to register it again, and hopefully, well, we can suspect what time you die. that will not be a problem. So we'll go ahead and do that at City Hall tomorrow for all of y'all. Alright? How does that sound, girls? It is fine with me, darling. Oh, it will be delightful with you, honey. Alright, we'll do it tomorrow then. At City Hall, correct? Yes. Do you know where that is? Not that I am aware of. Eraserhead, you will have to show where it is. Alright. As Eraserhead decides to tell him where to meet at tomorrow, as the police officer gives them a key to an apartment as they go to sleep there. As they cuddle into sleep, it is like a giant frickin' pile. In the middle, Izuku is wrapped around by malware, and outside of that ring, or no, one side is malware, one side is Rena. As the fur and scales of Rena are on one side, as the soft body of malware and her soft fur is on the other side of them, as they fall asleep in a very warm and luxurious bed, where their final kisses goodnight as they sleep until morning light. As that's kind of where I would end it. It's not a bad start, but it's an interesting, or not a bad ending. But like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, and tomorrow, I want to ask y'all guys, do y'all want me to do like my Fania one, my furry world, which like, and do I want to Fania Quirk, Fania AU2 for some reason I called it, I don't know why. Or do I want to go ahead and do the furry one? You guys can comment down below like what you want out of my what is that I'm not done yet with. I don't know if I'll be able to do another SCP one tomorrow if y'all ask for that, but I can see what I can do because I can't really think of much. So yeah, like, have yourselves a great freaking week. See you, Wolfpack.